Hi, welcome to my channel and welcome to my second video on Eurovision Song Contest winner for Spain, Chanel. Since my video was downloaded and it's getting a rapid response from everybody, a mixed review, a lot of people have said to me I was very harsh on the Galician trio of singers that were Tangueras. Now, all I can say is this to all the Galician people. My partner is from Bilbao and I had a long chat with him since I did the video, and this is what I've got to say. Yes, it's 2.3 million people that speak the Galician language. They represent a huge, large voting capacity within the country, but let's be real about this competition. I'm supporting Chanel because I feel for many years Spain deserved to win. There has been a couple of occasions that you as a country deserve to win, and because of influences, block influences from, let's say, Finland, Norway, countries like that voting for each other, Spain got pushed further and further down. And whereas countries like England and Ireland used to vote for Spain and each other and be quite generous with the points, we've seen a shift in that where everybody is just voting sporadically and you don't know where the votes are going to. So the competition has become harder to win because nobody knows which way it's going to go, which is a very good thing. It was quite predictable beforehand, but Spain deserved, in my opinion, and I don't have enough time to go through the acts and the songs, on 3 or 4 occasions they should have won. You had a wonderful artiste a couple of years ago that did that dance with the feet. Great music, great dance. I watched YouTube, everybody was doing her particular dance, and she didn't win because of the block voting. And I thought that's an injustice. And over the years, what's happened over the last 5 or 6 years in the competition is it's become more and more of a gay fest for gay people. And the straight element is there, but not as represented as it used to be. If you look at the competition from 6 or 7 years ago to the competition now, you will agree with me that it has changed in dynamics, and popularism has become the norm for the competition. People after a pandemic want uplifting beats. And if I go through the 5 reasons, and I've got the 4 videos and the 50 Chanels as to why this woman deserves all your support coming together in Spain as well as the rest of the world, I'm going to do it today in my defense, because I don't want to offend Galician people or fans of the other acts that didn't win. It was about being honest. We have come through too much sadness in the last couple of years. It's being hosted in Italy, which was the first country to stand on balconies during the pandemic and play music, and everybody started singing. And it was because of Italy, they set a trend around the world with the pandemic of music from the balconies. Do you remember that? So you're going to a country that's been deeply affected by it. Justifiably so. Måneskin, which we're going to play first, won the competition with a rock element. At last, a kind of a rock pop song won. And they've gone on to great things. Back to Chanel, back to your competition winner. People have said to me in the last couple of days, did you hear the controversy with Chanel? Let's keep Chanel out of this controversy. The Galician mayor has decided that the voting was wrong and that popular vote within Spain justifiably made the Galician threesome the number 2 act. Okay, they're number 2. But then again, the vote still came to Chanel and it became number 1. And people said, oh, she only got it because of her connection with the judge on the panel. Let me put one thing to you. If you watched The Voice in Australia, Sebastian, there's Boy George, Sebastian, Kelly, and I can't think of the other girl's name, but they're all judges in Australia's The Voice. This is just an example. Sebastian's brother came on The Voice and sang, and he's been one of the judges on that program for many years. It was permitted, it's allowed. It doesn't prove that a judge is going to favor his own brother over the other acts, and that didn't happen. And it's happened on the X Factor as well. Kelly Clarkson went on, Britney Spears went on, and Britney Spears had one of her schoolhood friends from her hometown in front of her performing, and she said, "Do I know you?" And it ended up they went to school together. Now this continues to happen in a lot of competitions, and Eurovision it's no different. The chances of never having a relative or somebody up on stage or a friend is minuscule. It's not even worth talking about. And to bring Eurovision into politics is wrong. It's right if the judges were wrong, and the threesome from Galicia should have been number 2. But Chanel still got the number 1 position because of her performance. People said, oh, she's trying to be Beyonce, oh, and a lot of negativity has started to happen in Spain already. Think about this, Spain, before I begin. 5 little snippets, 1 minute of each of these videos. If you continue to put a black cloud over Chanel, she arrives in Italy in a couple of weeks' time to the biggest competition in Europe, known for song that can launch all the careers. Loic Notet is on my playlist. He's Belgique, he's from Belgium. And I only discovered him last year, and he was a Eurovision entry, and he is so popular with all of people in France and Belgium, and I'm trying to promote him on my channel on this side of the water because of his extraordinary voice. Careers do happen. Even if the Galician threesome only got number 2 on your competition, I'm making this point as a music reactor for over 20 years. Great song, great performance. I just laughed, half nervously, half because folk music doesn't win competitions today. I'm also going to play the Ukraine's what should have been, in my view, the winning song, Shum, because I favoured them. I just thought electronic music, brilliant. It really pumped home a message. Sometimes you do have to understand the language to realise the messages. And in my view, they got the vote from all around, the popular vote, but the judges and everything, one way or another, they slipped, I think, to number 5. But they still went on to great things, and they've become so popular on YouTube. If you are disappointed they are number 2 and you're so angry about Chanel's link to a judge, let me tell you, that happens. And whether we like it or not, popularism, which is popular songs, poppy, that kind of thing, is what social media and young people are clicking onto. If you want the votes, stop the black cloud above Chanel, support her. And if you want the votes and want to know why I'm asking you to not in protest step back and not vote, is to step forward and support your act going forth in the competition. Why? I'll give you the 5 videos in a minute as to why her dance routine, what's happening in Eurovision at the moment, vote-wise, what people are going for. I'll give you a reminder, 4 reminders as to why this song fits in. And I won't speak until I've played all 5. I want you to examine all of them as I go through them, for the songs and for the reaction at the end by the crowd. That's very, very important and proves this long-winded introduction to this video. I won't be speaking after the 5 videos. I'll leave your conscience to talk to yourself, but get supporting Chanel. These are the 4 reasons plus this song as to why. 5 reasons as to why she fits in and you could actually win it this year. Take it away. Måneskin, last year's winner. And we will, so because this is live, now take it away. And that is video number 1. Let's go to Go A with Shum, which I felt, in fairness, should have won the competition, but that was just me. Can we never forget the next song that I actually sang so much, and I heard so many children saying it was incredible, but we're going to just have a snippet and the reminder of the wonderful Netta and Toy from Israel.
About to regret. He's a I'm not your I'm not your toy, not your toy. You stupid boy, stupid boy. I'll take you down, I'll make you watch me dancing with my dolls on the motherfucker beat. I'll take you with me now, boy. I'm not your toy. You stupid boy. I'll take you down, I'll make you watch me dancing with my dolls on the motherfucker beat. Look at me, I'm a beautiful creature. I don't care about your modern time. I'm just not your toy, not your toy, not your toy, not your toy, not your toy.
Now, there was an important message in that song for oversized people who were deemed ugly on social media, and there was a lot of things going on, and she came out with a very positive song called Toy. I'm not your toy to play with. I'm not your creature. All those words, and people said the Glythian song was very popular, CC, to me, and why did you dismiss it? I didn't dismiss it. This is how that important message was delivered. Go A had an important message of unity and peace through music, and look how they delivered it. Maneskin's song had a positive message. Look how the rock element delivered that with the punch. And each song at the end was left on a high, with the crowd going, the euphoria from the crowd responding to those three videos so far was incredible. So it's the delivery, it's the pop element, it's what the crowd wants. If you want to deliver a message home, even in a dramatic way, you've got to do it like Conchita Wurst. What a song, what a James Bondy type of song we're going to listen to now. But it's the delivery, it was the spectacle, it was the voice. In the Toy, in Go A, and in Maneskin, they all had either dances or a dance routine, and Chanel has that. She has the pop element, she has the dance routine, she has a song that will leave people at the end going woof, and she dances herself. And look how Netta went out to the crowd to deliver her message, and how Go A just hit it with the notes, and how Maneskin really rocked it, and he fell to the ground, Damio, and then pointed to the camera. There's elements and ways of doing it. Chanel does it with her dance routine. It's through her choreography. It's through her delivery, everybody. But there was no other person, I felt, that delivered a song about sexuality, about being yourself, about rising above prejudice, and about delivering it in only the way that Conchita Wurst knew, was to dress and be the character that he becomes, Conchita, in the way that it was delivered. Take a look and remind yourself as to why this song won, just for a minute, before I play your own song.
Today, and you have got to see, to believe. From the fading light of light, rise like a phoenix out of the ashes, seeking rather than vengeance, retribution. You were warned. Once I'm transformed, once I'm reborn, I rise up to the sky. down, but I'm gonna fly, rise like a phoenix out of the ashes, seeking rather than vengeance, retribution. You were won. Once I'm transformed, once I'm reborn, you know I will rise like a phoenix. But you're my
Now, when a country is divisive politically, you just look at a country that said, wow, the bearded man, we so supported him. And in Austria, I've got to say, they really supported this act, which is just like Spain. And I get emotional here because it's just so upsetting that a country I adore and love as much as Spain is allowing politics to overshadow Chanel's performance and delivery of a song that fits into what has been enthralling crowds for the last 5 to 6 years in Eurovision, and you stand a wonderful chance, everybody. And yes, I have empathy with the Galician people, but for the reasons in my other video I have made, I don't support the song being a strong contender. It'll be overlooked and you'll be left at the bottom of the league. Now, depending on how politics go this year in the competition, and if there's any bloc countries voting for each other, and there isn't an honest, 10 points, 12 points for the act that deserves to win, I'm saying Chanel deserves to be hitting 10, 12 points every time, because I've already looked at a lot of the competition, and trust me, England's going to be at the bottom of the league. I can't believe what they're up to. A country that produces so many wonderful acts every year sends a clown to the competition. Ireland's the same, weak acts, because the expense of the competition is keeping countries from wanting to host it. It's a pity. So they manipulated situation. Let me finish on this. If Tuxeris deserves to be number 2, and it's proven, I hope they're officially announced as number 2. But their careers have soared. Their videos have been watched by millions, and lots of people have responded to them. They're not dead. It's just their song, as you've seen from my 5 reasons, didn't quite fit in, because popularism has overtaken Eurovision. Absorb those words, it really has. And this is why this kind of song stands a very good chance of either winning or being a close second or in the top 5. Let's support Chanel. Let's get behind her. Let's play the full song. I'm just wanting this to happen for Spain. I really am. And I think Chanel's Slow-Mo, for all the reasons I've mentioned, could be this year's winner with everybody behind her. Take it away. Thanks for listening. Chanel and Slow-Mo.
Let's go. Llegó la mami, la reina, la dura, una Bugatti. El mundo está loco con este party. Si tengo un problema no monetary, le vuelvo loquito todo lo daddy. Pues siempre primero, nunca secondary. Apenas con zoom zoom, con mi boom boom, y le tengo dando zoom zoom a Miami. Y no se confundan, señoras y señores, siempre te reí. Pa' romper caderas, romper corazones, solo existe una. No hay imitaciones. Y si aún no me cree, pues me toca mostrárselo. Si prefirió, watch it some more. Booty hypnotic, make you want more. Voy a bajarlo hasta suelo, lo. If you wish, que te December. Drives you loco, si prefirió, watch it some more. Te gusta todo lo que tengo, tener sola. Mango, se te di. Cuando la prendo hasta el fin, yo no me detengo. Take a sip of my cola. salvaje, na na na. Make it go like pa 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 pa, like pa 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 pa. Y no se confunda, yo siempre estoy ready. Pa' romper caderas, romper corazones, solo existe una. No hay imitaciones. Y si aún no me crees, pues me toca mostrárselo. So que video, watch it slow mo. Booty hypnotic, make you want more. Yeah. Voy a bajarlo del suelo, lo. If the way she could do this and more, hey, drives you loco. So que video, watch it slow mo. Solo existe una. Yeah. Y si aún no me crees, pues me toca mostrárselo. I'ma show you how to do it. Watch it slow mo. Hypnotic, one more.
Now, they're the 5 reasons why you should be supporting Spain all around the world. I have Shamrocks who are subscribers to my channel. I call them Shamrocks. I'm an Irish channel. And I just want you to support Spain's entry this year for the